guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be doing this video. I feel like everybody's talking about these new concealers, baking powders, brightening powders, whatever you want to call them. So I did purchase these from Romyglambeauty myself just to try them out and to see if it's like worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have many products that I've baked, brightened with for years that I love. I'm just going to jump right in. I do have obviously the majority of my makeup's already done. I have foundation. I did apply contour. The foundation that I'm using is the Huda Beauty foundation. So it looks like I have concealer on already, but because this foundation is just really full coverage, it actually ended up covering the dark circles that I have underneath my eyes. First of all, this is the number 6 conceal because I think the other one that I wanted to get was already sold out. It sold out pretty quickly. So this is the number 6 conceal. So I'm gonna be actually comparing this to, if I could find it, where is that? I'm gonna be using the Romyglambeauty on this side and then the products that I would normally use to brighten and bake my under eyes on this side. And then I'm just going to take a look and see, is there a difference or is there not? That's pretty much what we're gonna be doing today. So I really have been enjoying the Urban Decay. This is in the color Corrector. So this one I feel like is gonna be super similar to the Romyglambeauty. So right off the bat here, you can see there is a size difference. So most concealers you get, let me see, does it say 0.12 fluid ounces. I think that's just a standard of what you get in concealers. And this one here, you get 0.162 ounces. So you get less product with the Romyglambeauty, but girl, we are going to dive in. We're going to use this. I'm just going to use the Romyglambeauty on this side. The Urban Decay. Well, the Urban Decay is a little more brighter, but that's okay. The way that Romyglambeauty is blending out. Definitely, I will say the Romyglambeauty brightened it up a little bit more. These are similar shades, but obviously they're not exact same. This is what it looks like. You can definitely see that the Romyglambeauty side is brighter. It again is a shade 6, so I should have probably got a shade a bit darker. But I guess if what I want to do is brighten, then this works really, really nice. So far the concealer is really nice, but the only thing is that you do not get a whole lot of product with it. So that does suck because you pay, I believe it's $18. And whereas with one of these concealers, you pay like around the same, like around 20 bucks or whatever, and you're getting more product. So, but I did like the way that it blended out. It looks really nice and it brightened up really nicely. So the shade that I got in the bake, this is what it looks like here. It is number 1. So I'm not sure, I think there was like 2 or 3 shades of this or something. And there's that annoying tape that all of these have. Open it, that'd be amazing. So I think I poured out a good amount. So okay, again here we are getting, how much product is that? 0.123 ounces. And then the RCMA no color powder, girl, you get 3 whole ounces. So that is the difference, which is huge, but okay, it's fine. Like, we're just testing out this Romyglambeauty to see what the deal is. So one thing I will say is this powder is really finely milled. I know a lot of people that have already reviewed this did notice that, and it is really thin. So just to compare, we're gonna do the RCMA powder on the other side. And then I just wanna see if the hoopla is real. Like, is it like really worth it? You know, am I gonna look like Kim Kardashian on one side and like a basic person on the other. Like, you know, what is it? What's the deal? This is what the RCMA looks like. I want to wait a few minutes and then dust it off to really make sure the concealer sets and it really bakes or sets into the skin or whatever. So at this point, I'm just going to wait a few minutes. So this side under here definitely looks like softened and filtered and, you know, whatever like that. So after I bake too, I want to add a little more bronzer because the baking tends to just kind of lighten me up a little bit. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. I'm just going to add this Urban Decay Beached Bronzer. I like to bake when it's like I want my makeup to last a long time because it tends to really matte you out when you bake, and that's definitely what it's doing. So the KKW Beauty side looks flawless, so does the RCMA side. So both sides look really flawless. What I do notice is that this side is a little more brighter. Like that the KKW concealer, girl, that will brighten the heck out of you, and that was even before baking. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even know if that step is actually necessary, because I feel like, I mean, just the concealer itself is super brightening, and I don't know if it's the shade that I got shade 6, so maybe that could be why too. But for brightening, this concealer is really awesome for that. Okay, so this is the KKW Beauty Brighten number 3. So I'm almost like, do I even want to use that, especially on this side, because I feel like I already look so bright. Maybe I will just use it on this side just to get an idea. Oh, okay. Brightening powder. This is the Brighten powder in 3. It's the yellow one. So I'm glad, because I almost wanted to get the one that wasn't yellow, the really white one that I think a few YouTubers were raving about and stuff, but I'm glad I didn't get that one because I think that one would have been too bright for my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and add a glow. Beautiful, I do love it. At first I felt like it was a little light for me, but if I ever want to be extra and heck a highlight, I use this and it looks super gorgeous. And I'm using this highlight as well because, oh, okay honey, we did a little too much there. So I'm using this highlight as well because I feel like since the texture of it is so like creamy, I feel like it gives me a glow, as you can see, like it made my skin come to life again type of thing. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Morphe Prep and Set makeup spray. My overall thoughts on these new KKW Beauty products are that they are really amazing. I'm really impressed with them, but with that being said, I feel like you can brighten, bake, and conceal with other products as well. So it is not like it is unattainable that you have to get this KKW Beauty, the concealer and the powder and stuff, because if not, then you're just not going to be brightening or whatever. Now moving on to the powders, I will say this powder here, the loose powder, is really beautiful. It's finely milled, but did my RCMA powder do the same thing? 100% it did. So I say I would just skip the loose powder because you can get this big old tub of the RCMA for like $20. This guy right here, I felt like it really brightened up really nicely. But this reminded me a lot of my other favorite brightener that does a really good job, which is this powder right here. This one right here. It's like a yellow toned. It is from the Naked Shapeshifter. This is in the medium one. So this does what this little powder claims to do as well. And yeah, so the powders were just okay for me. They weren't something that was extraordinary, out of this world. The concealer is definitely more of a favorite of mine. I will definitely be using this to brighten. Another thing I will say is that I do not like the amount of product that you get. I feel like I can go through this product in like easy a week. If I sit there and bake and do that on my Instagram videos like every single day, like I will go through these products really fast. So that does kind of suck about that. Like KKW Beauty should really look into making products that just come with more products. So, you know, us as a consumer, we have the option of either buying this for $20 or this for $18. So do you see how that's just like, that's kind of crazy. And you ultimately get the same result at the end. So overall, do I think the KKW Beauty products end up being a little hyped up? I will say they are. Obviously, they have Kim Kardashian behind them, so heck yeah, they're hyped up. Even if you think about it, when Kim Kardashian took that picture when she was baking and it went viral and everyone was like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? She's baking, she's putting all this powder on her face. Like, what does her makeup artist do? You know, how is that even possible to achieve a look like that? Well, back then, these powders didn't exist, so they were definitely using either RCMA or maybe Graftobian. There's so many brands out there that make powders that are for baking that have been around for years, so I'm pretty sure that they were using some type of those powders before these even launched and existed. So thank you once again for taking the time to watch this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.